Make sure I look presentable.
You are too late. We are already live. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Tub Takes. This is our weekly video podcast where we talk about the latest and greatest happenings in VGC, and I am joined by my three lovely guests. I am joined first and foremost by my co-host Alex Underhill.
Hey guys, I am in the process of moving across the country to Seattle, so I don't have my equipment. I hope I actually sound good. You didn't tell me if my audio is good.
You sound as sexy as ever. So,
All right. But no camera. Maybe next week if I figure out how to do it with my phone. But otherwise, this is what we got. I'm here.
all right, and then we got your NAIC runner-up. We have Raghav. How are you doing?
What's good? I'm chilling. I got my camera on because Alex can't, and it's just a good trade-off, I think, personally.
I'll take that.
Well, I'm
trade
just
for
down.
sure. And then, last but not least, we have top four at the biggest Regulation D tournament possibly ever. We got Kyle Livenhouse. How are you doing?
What's going on, everyone? Happy to be here.
It's great to have you. Congrats on your incredible run at the Ninopokebros tournament.
Thank you, thank you.
Oh yeah, did you make it into the payout? I guess we'll talk about that later, maybe. I actually don't know.
It was top 8 payout. They actually upped it from top 4 because they got some more money right before the tournament started.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, so today we actually don't have much to talk about. We've gotten this lull in events where there are no IRL events happening until the World Championships, and so we have a little bit of time where we are just kind of speculating on Regulation D, looking at the results of some grassroots tournaments, and also talking about the World Championships every week and just really hyping it up. So first and foremost on my script is that this is going to be up on YouTube. So you can go ahead, and if you can't watch the entire thing, you can find it over on YouTube at my YouTube channel at CK49, and that'll be up on Wednesday. You should also, while you're at it, check out my how do I find my videos? Nope, that's not it. Your channel. Anyways, you should check out the latest video that I dropped, which is how I used a ton of data to build my NAIC team, and then immediately started losing at NAIC. It was a really cool project. I worked with Justin, I worked with Gavin Michaels, and y'all seem to really like it. You can see it's got way more videos than any of my other front page videos. So I wanted to plug that real quick. If you haven't watched it, it's very cool. And what's up?
So how is that one doing?
It's got 3.6K views, which is like top 10 for my channel, and it's still growing. Yeah.
It's funny. I'm typing every time I go to your channel. I type CK49 in the bar, and the first thing to pop up after it is nails. I guess people just really want to see what nails is doing on your channel. We should bring that guy on.
CK49 nails. The nails video, the Palance video, actually did really well, which is funny because I'm not actually in that video. That was the video that Abai recorded.
That must be why it's a popular one. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, everyone needed to learn how to beat Palance, and then he told everyone how to beat Palance, and then it immediately dropped off, which is what you get when you watch my YouTube channel. You get
That's true. All right.
That was pretty good. I
How do
don't
we
know.
beat? Adi, when's the video coming out on how to beat? I guess still Pow Night. I was gonna say I thought Pow Night was falling off. We'll talk about that more later, but I guess it did still win the tournament.
It did
Damn
in fact win the tournament. How do you beat Pow Night? I might not be able to tell you until after the World Championships when I beat all the Pow Night players en route to Top Cut.
That's crazy.
But yeah, sneak preview, we are going to be talking about the Ninopokebros tour that happened. It was like 600 players, a huge tour. And our friend Kyle here got top 4, so it was really cool to see. But before that, I do want to shout out the next big tournament that is happening, which is hosted by the Wide League. They've got a $1,200 pot, and they're not hosted on Limitless. They are hosted on their own platform, Community Gaming. So definitely check that out. I've casted for them before, and it's really fun. I think they're actually looking for casters. So if you are a well-known player and you're not planning on playing, but you want to cast, maybe reach out to the hosts too.
Was this I mean, we don't have to like constantly talk up everybody. Like, was this platform shit? Just be honest, guys. I thought maybe did anybody play on this one? I thought community gaming was bad.
I don't even know what we're talking about. What?
Yeah, maybe you probably haven't played in a wide league. Kyle, have you played in a wide league?
I think one like really old one. It's been a couple times.
Okay. I thought I
Yeah.
remember hearing bad things about this community gaming thing. Like it was like a really weird, confusing
I,
platform. But
I
anyway,
It
yeah,
is
I think it
not.
was a little bit.
Go
I don't
ahead.
remember. In my experience though, I think the first one was ran like a little poorly, but they've gotten a lot better from what I've heard. All I know.
oh
The
yeah, no, I'm definitely still looking forward to the tournament. I remember. I guess not every tournament can be limitless. Limitless is just such a awesome like platform to be playing in tournaments on. Like,
Mhm.
don't nobody tell Nino this, but it said like you had to join the Discord to play in the tournament. I did not join the Discord because Limitless just does it all for you. Like, what you don't need any information. Like, it just tells you, hey, here's your match. Go talk to them, play, and like it moves so smoothly. It was also like a pretty well run tournament. I'm again jumping ahead to talking about Nino, but
Oh, it
so
was yeah.
uh, it was
Um,
very good. I'm looking forward to this wide league one though. It's like fun that we've had so many um like VR had cash too, right?
VR had
I'm
cash, but you had
assuming.
to pay for entry, and so they just took the entry fees and put it into pricing. Whereas this one and the last
Sure.
one were sponsored, and say what you want about the platform, but community gaming is putting up half the prize pool, which is probably
That is
why they're hosting it there.
that is absolutely awesome. And like yeah, it's just like having this many money tournaments in this strange like limbo period where normally people would be like, you know, grinding with their like, favorite archetype in the format that they've played at nationals, and instead Worlds is going to be this brand new thing, but with tournaments that actually have prizing on the line, you are going to see a bit more meta development, and I think that's really cool.
I am curious if they will be posting all of the team sheets. One of the cool things about the Ninopokebros tour is that it's not just the top 16 or whatever or day two. It's everyone, which gets some really cool data that we're going to talk about over here in the metagames tab. Uh, but I'm not sure if the community gaming has that same functionality. It's not made specifically for Pokemon. And I did play in one of these tours, and I remember it being really hard to find my opponent's team sheet, which is not great.
Wait, I did not realize how good Limitless is. Like the
Yeah.
metagame, like usage stats stuff
Oh, have
too.
you never gone to the metagame tab? It's actually so sick.
Dude, I don't. Yeah, I don't really
It,
look at these things. You guys just tell me what was good, and then like I go from there.
So,
it's it's super
yeah, no, the
cool.
metagame tab is something to play around with.
Not only can you see like the Pokemon, their usage, their win percentage, but if you click on the Pokemon, you can see every single player who used that Pokemon, and you can see what its win rate was into every single other Pokemon. So if you didn't know, Fluttermane actually went undefeated against Garganacl at this tournament.
Wait, where do you see matchups? Oh, I've never actually gone to this tab.
If you
This
click
was
on the
just
Pokemon, yeah, yeah.
Fluttermane's destroying Garg. Get owned. Chestnut, no. Slacking or a guru.
Grafai, how is it beating Grafai every time?
Wait, Grafai's going to the counter. No. Wait, where is Grafai? Oh, there it is.
So
2-0 against it.
turns out the player who used Grafai did go 0-3.
Oh, they also have the slacking. Let's
Mhm.
go. That of course. Doodle slacking. This is
So
lit. Yeah, yeah. I mean, like, yeah. If you haven't played a Limitless tournament, you definitely should, or like just check out the platform if you're just trying to get like an idea of the metagame. Like, especially a tournament like this, 700 players, you can just do so much uh, browsing on this website and learning so much, just like how Pokemon match up into each other, how different teams revolving around a certain Pokemon are built, how teams that are doing well are built. Like, I mean, the whole open sheets are there and everything. So it's so cool how much data we have.
And if you are looking to play in Limitless Tours, you can go to the tournaments tab and just look at upcoming. You can change the tournament filter. I have it in my settings, but you can change it to just Pokemon BGC. And you can see all of these tours. Most of them are pretty small. I saw Beanie in the chat. I know he's hosting a tour on Wednesday, I think, July 19th. Yeah, it's Wednesday. Lots of Iron Nemesis, who's another streamer, is also hosting tournament. So literally every day of the week you can play in a tournament, which is really cool. And of course, the big one is the Wide League, which is not on here, but basically every day there's a tournament to play in if you want to play in it.
Also, Adi, I did find the thing you were looking for and put it in the doc. So that's
Okay.
in the link for that.
Cool. Yeah. So those are the tournaments we wanted to talk about. The next thing that we saw that got announced is the Pokemon World Championships. You know how we love doing our fantasy draft for these tournaments. Well, it turns out that the Pokemon Company also loves it, and so they are giving us the opportunity to draft teams, like a fantasy draft for the World Championships. If you live
I
in the
actually
U.S.,
thought it
it's
was
only open to U.S. residents. But
Wait, what?
No,
but
no.
it's
Rock,
not
don't get carried
players.
away.
It's not players.
It's not players.
You choose 6 Pokemon, and you get points based on how well they perform at the World Championships.
Yeah, Adi linked this, and I was like, this is insane. There's no way, after we did our draft, they're doing an official fantasy league for Worlds. Like, this, what? I clicked it, closed it, and I was just like, Adi, wait, I don't have time to read this. What is this? And then, like, he didn't respond, so I just went back and read it, and it was like, oh, yeah, pick Pokemon. And I was like, oh.
Yeah.
Well,
Good fun.
I'll
It's
give you a
definitely
clue on how to choose your Pokemon. you go to the Ninopokebros tour, you look at the metagame tab, and you look at the percentage usage, and you pick the top 6. And you probably win. But
actually, no. Spoilers, like, go to the metagame tab, and I'm picking Goldango, man. Look at that guy.
that's true.
That
That's
guy's
true.
cheating.
He did have a crazy win rate. Cut the Cresselia, cut the, I don't know. Yeah, I mean I don't know how it's gonna be scored. That is part of it, right? Like, do you get how many points do you get for picking the winning Pokemon as compared to picking
there
like
any-
usage, picking
They
the top 16? Sorry, go ahead.
I was like, is there any information on this, or is it just like an announcement?
It is just an announcement. I think I clicked on the entrance, and you can't enter yet. I think Pokemon.com/world, is that it?
Yeah.
It doesn't look
sign
like
up.
it has a sign up yet. So
Okay, wait. Quick question for the call. When was the last time you guys signed into your like Play Pokemon account? Because I realized I don't think I've had to do that all year. It's kind of
I
nice.
don't know.
I've never had to like actually use this thing. I've created this thing forever ago, but I feel like I haven't opened it in like over a year.
Yeah, probably same. Like, there's no reason to.
The only reason to ever open it is like when people are just like wanting to flex their elos. They're like, "All right, guys, let's all go look at our elos."
they took the Elos
think-
out. You can't find them anymore.
Oh, it's gone.
It's
What's
gone.
the point then?
The online
point was
ICs,
deflected.
right? Like, I checked to that, I think.
Mhm.
Just to see my points and that standing. I think you have to log in to see that. I'm not sure.
You do, yeah.
Yeah. That would be my real answer.
No, that makes sense. Am I? Oh, it's having me sign up. Wait, is this? am I logging? Oh,
You can sign in
okay.
and then you can go, but like it's not available yet. It does
It's
when
not-
you click that link
okay.
get you to sign up. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Regardless, I think that it's a fun concept. I think I'll probably do it, but at the end of the day, it's like you're supposed to either be doing what Adi mentioned, picking the top 6 Pokemon in usage, or picking the top 6 Pokemon in win rate from like the most recent grassroots, or wait for Wolf's team to leak and then pick those 6.
That's the thing. It really depends on what the scoring system is and whether they
Yeah.
choose to like really heavily weight the winning team, right? Or if it's like, oh yeah, it's just based on usage or it's based on like appearances in top cut, where it's going to be spread out a lot more evenly. But if you are really, really I actually think that none of you guys are sports fans. I don't know if Kyle, if you're a big sports fan or not.
I think Kyle likes sports.
Yeah.
Wait, I
Okay.
thought Raghav liked
Okay.
basketball.
I only like basketball.
Okay.
Oh.
But like, if y'all have played March Madness in the like bracket pools, the bracket pools are basically decided by you have to pick the winner, right? Because picking the winner is worth like as many points as picking every single thing in the first round correctly. Is how normally they're scored, and that's what we need to make this type of pool interesting. And I don't know if they're going to do it that way or not, but we'll see.
It says I was going to ask about prizes, and it says to earn bragging rights and great prizes. So there's probably, honestly, you probably don't get any because they're phrasing it as great prizes. It's probably not like money or anything. It's probably like, hey, you get 500 tickets to the raffle wall, and you can spend it on a big Ursaluna plush. Which like I'll take if I win the draft. That's fun.
No,
But
because it's not live, right? It's only for U.S. residents. It probably is like Pokemon Center credit or something. Yeah.
oh yeah, wait, you're right. It is only US, right? So weird. And like, of course, this is gonna be for people like at home, yeah, too, right? Because like this isn't just for people that are going or something.
Mm-hmm.
Then what are they gonna give you? What is great prizes? It's so weird. Yeah, we'll have to wait for more information on this, but I definitely think it's like potentially to be exciting, but also I think it's gonna be like the least spicy thing you could expect. It's just gonna be like pick 6 Pokemon and you can win like a $5 eShop card. Like, woo.
Um.
You should get CP for this.
Yeah.
That would be awesome. Flutter Ursh will still have the most CP then.
um, this is just so silly. Um, I yeah. So Adi, if you want, we can talk about the Terra Run. I think it's called Terra Run. I can't remember.
Yeah.
Terra Festival. It was a Japanese grassroots. I think they were playing. They were playing physically over the past weekend, and yeah, like I mean, they were all getting together to practice what we've been playing all year. They're playing open team sheet, best of 3, and it was actually a really solid event for viewers. If you want to go to the Liberty Note page or their Twitter account and scroll through, you can probably find the YouTube video for it. They were like showing all the teams on the stream. The winners team is out there on Twitter. I think if you click the tweet in or the handle in the tweet here, Audie, you can probably find the rental code on their page.
All right, I've located the VOD. You can watch some exciting matches. They actually have them timestamped, which is really nice every round.
Oh, that's awesome.
And
Yeah, there's some pretty interesting teams and stuff here. I mean, most notably, the top 4 team having Brambleghast. What? Come on, this guy's not supposed to actually be good.
Will I see porn if I open up the winner's Twitter?
All right, Audie, I will try to save it.
It is live on stream. I cannot open Japanese Twitter accounts live on stream.
Okay, it's the first tweet. Don't
Okay.
scroll. I think scrolling does seem to be safe, but you could also just it's the first. It'll pop
Okay.
up.
We got the rental code, which is pretty sick.
We've had a bad history with successful Japanese players. Just living their life on Twitter however they want. Power to them, I guess.
Let's talk about Regidrago though.
Yeah, dude, Regidrago popped off. There were like 3. There were 2 in top 8. Okay.
That's kind of crazy.
And I think Gahaku is using the same team that top cut the Victory Road tournaments. Is that right?
But it was Dahaku's team.
Oh, Gahaku cut the Victory Road tournament. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
I am a fan of Gahaku. I can't remember what Gahaku was doing last year. Probably playing Calyrex Ice Palkia, and I was like following them for that reason. I was like, oh, they're about Calyrex Ice Palkia player. But now they're using a weird Bear Drago team. I saw a number of Japanese players tweeting like, wow, Drago is strong, Drago is overwhelming, or something like that. And yeah, I think it's super interesting because like, if you go down the line, every team still has a fairy type, except I think Gahaku's Regidrago team. Most teams are running Terra Fairy Cresselia, though that's a little more committal. But yeah, the Mon is just still powering through. I really love that. It's a Pokemon that I tried a bit early in Regulation D, and I had my fun before I was like, this probably isn't serious enough. But maybe it just is. Drago's lit.
Regidrago teams, I tried Gahaku's team on ladder, and my experience was that every time I tried using it, I would lose every game. And every time I play against it, I would lose every game. So I don't really understand how they work, but it's definitely a very powerful Pokemon, especially into teams that don't have many fairy types, or if you can tech for the fairy types you expect to see.
Isn't that just all laddering though?
Losing?
Yeah, losing. And then
Yeah,
when you
it
your
is.
stuff, you just keep losing.
Honestly, I've had to Like full disclosure, I've had to stop looking at the GXE when I'm on the ladder because it's just like, oh, it has been brutal lately. This format is not forgiving. Um, but yeah, other than that, like there's like pretty interesting standout things across this whole cut. Um, I'm guessing that the Rio player in eighth released a rental code or something, or maybe that is a rental code because I've been seeing that team everywhere on ladder. Wo Chien in second with the Rock Dog, a third rock or another Rock Dog in third. Looks like there are three Rock Dogs in cut though. There's one in top eight.
That team's kind of sick.
On the screens team.
The Wo Chien team.
Oh, the Wo Chien team. Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
the other one is also sick.
All right, all right. Well, now that Raghav said the Grim Snarl team is sick, Raghav, go to the metagame tab in the Ninopokebros tournament and scroll down until you find Grim Snarl.
Okay,
And tell me what number you see.
second.
Scrolling.
Click the metagame tab.
Yeah, the metagame tab. There we go. There we go.
Okay.
Grim Snarl's a couple
What
down.
am I supposed to look at? The share?
No, no, the far. That's like how much usage it has.
Oh, okay.
The
It's like-
the one at the far right.
42.54.
Yeah,
That's okay.
that's okay. Me and Grim Snarl.
42.5%.
Also, Raghav, did you see Goldango's numbers? We were talking about it a lot this weekend, but
I
look at that.
have not.
Look at that win percentage.
That is that the
Its
highest?
conversion rate is crazy.
57%. Absolutely insane.
No, that's
Definitely
pretty
the most crazy, like, high usage Pokemon. We'll get diving a little bit deeper, but let's finish talking about this Terra Run tournament.
Sure.
So they have a Bramblegast.
Dude,
Snow
Bramblegast
using
is
the...
scary.
What's up?
Bramblegast is scary.
Bramblegast is scary until like you Terra Blast it with your Heatran because you remember, I can't quick Heat Wave into that. And the Terra Grass Terra Blast does like 50%. Bramblegast doesn't have stats.
Crazy.
It resists everything. It's so fun. Like, oh, Iron Hands, walled. Urshifu, walled. Ursaluna, walled. Heatran, I guess walled, if it doesn't have Flash Cannon. But also, it just, at the end of the day, is a tumbleweed.
Yeah, there's not many stats on the guy.
Even like resisted hits just do so much to it that like it like you said Ursaluna, but like how much is it taken from a headlong rush?
Don't worry about it. Was there anything in this cut that stood out to you, Kyle?
Oh,
I like the Wo Chien, obviously.
Well, okay, that
I
makes
know-
sense.
we do have
do
the
think it's
Bramblegast rental
interesting.
code, by the way.
Oh, nice. So yeah, you
do
like the Wo Chien?
Yeah, I like the Wo Chien. I think it's cool with the Rock Arcanine too, because I was struggling to get the Rock Arcanine guy to work, honestly. But it makes sense into Waters and Grounds to have a Wo Chien a lot. Maybe I gotta try that out. Maybe that's the key to unlocking the Rock Arc guy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, or you could just give in and run the Gastrodon, apparently.
That mon's not good. Use Wo
I
Chien.
don't- I would much rather use the Elder Snail.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
You
mean,
definitely live Surging Strikes, right? Even like with the Ruin? There's no way. You have to like tear it or something.
Yeah.
I don't live that. What are you talking about?
All right. We're all gonna learn later. That's gonna be my calc. Citrus Bearing Dog with Wotian next to it. All right. Okay. So yeah, I mean, then Snow's team a bit standard. Same with Arbega. That team is also just kind of like a solid balance team. And then Rio showing that like Dozo kind of doing some of the same stuff it's been doing, but now Tornadus is a nice offensive tool that the teams can have going for it. Kind of replacing the Talonflame that, I don't know, we saw more on like early Series 1 Dozo teams, I guess. And yeah, with that, I mean, we'll keep an eye out for more of these Japanese grassroots tournaments because it's going to be kind of important to know, you know, where they think the metagame is going. I mean, they also definitely came out for Victory Road. There was a lot of Japanese players in that one. But yeah, I mean, it's Japan's home court, so I would love to know what they think is good in Reg D.
Yep. I mean, definitely. Apparently, really got to make sure you have a Reggie Drago matchup. That's going to be important going into Worlds.
True. Getting a fairy type on the team, important. I mean, I guess I'll just use Fluttermane. It's probably fine. Probably.
Fluttermane's great.
It's a good idea.
Well, now that Raghav agreed with me, I'm a little bit unsure.
All right, man. Do you want my help or not?
Raghav won't help me build anymore, guys. And I brought him on the podcast to ask him, what's happening? What's happening between us?
It's kind of personal. I really don't want to get into it publicly, but if we want to talk about it, fine.
No. I won't let the camera talk about me on stream. Okay. What's next? Is it just the Neo tournament already?
I think that's it. I think we just have the limitless tour. Yeah.
Okay. I did put in a surprise thing at the bottom of the doc for us to talk about after, so don't pull it up yet, audience.
A surprise thing.
Surprise thing that we had to kill time. Did you look at it yet?
I did.
Yeah,
I
was thinking about what you
most.
What'd you say, Raghav?
I like the last bullet point the most.
Oh no, that I'm talking about below that. But yeah, no, that's always there.
That's okay.
Well below.
So talking about the Ninopokebros tour. So there were, I think, about 600 players in it. Kyle, you of course got top 4. Alex, you played in it. I think you went X3. I played in it on an alt. I will not be revealing my alt, so don't ask how I did. But I did get to play, and I do want to echo the sentiment that the tournament was incredibly well run. Despite the fact that Gudra players were making us go to the round timer every single time, we'd be sitting there waiting for the round to end and checking who's still playing, and it was always someone using Gudra or Solo Dozo, and it was so annoying. Stop using Gudra. But other than that, the tournament itself was really, really well run. So huge shout outs to Nino for doing that.
Yep. No, it was a good tour.
We lost Kyle.
And yeah, no, Kyle's gone. I'm sure Kyle will find his way back. Yeah, I do love that Adi just didn't want to say that he didn't play in the tournament. He just is like, no, I'm in there. Find me.
Listen, I could have won the tournament. I could secretly be Marco Fiero. I could be the person who's in last place. I could have gone 0-3 drop. You couldn't tell. I can't tell you.
We don't know who you are. We don't lie on this. Raghav was in this tournament too.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty
I
sure.
was Pickle Dog.
Yeah, I was gonna say Raghav was Pickle Dog, of course.
No, I didn't play.
Nah.
Raghav said this tournament starts at 6 a.m. I am not playing in this.
I didn't even know when it was starting. I don't even. Yeah, this is too early.
No, we always Gavin always says, "Oh yeah, I want to play in these," and then checks what time it starts and says, "No shot." He's waking up at 6 a.m. So
It's slightly too early.
Mm-hmm. It's rough for West Coast players for these. Even 8 a.m. for me was kind of rough. I definitely felt a little sleep deprived going into day 2, and that it is an early tournament, but I guess the top 2 were Europeans, which does make sense given that it is accommodating. Top 3 were Europeans, so it accommodates European times.
Mm-hmm.
Kyle has a European vibe to him.
Kyle's basically European.
Yeah, so top 4 is European. Australia is basically Europe as well. Is that what 5th is?
Fifth is Australian, yeah.
There you go.
Shout outs to Freezeye, who went 11-3 and just barely bubbled out of top cut. I don't know. I guess we should talk about the teams that do well, huh?
Yeah, let's start from the
Kyle.
top, right?
Yeah.
We can just start and talk about Marco Fiero winning the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
With I was like, honestly, I was looking at the teams and I was like, because I've been sweating, stressing, like Power Knight is so obnoxious for all my teams, and then it's just like, oh man, yeah, maybe it's not as strong or good as I thought. Maybe I don't have to worry about it as much. And then, oh wait, no, it still did just win the whole thing. Even over some of the more common like counterplay things, like you see the Fari Giraffe on Michael Derbest's team, still able to overcome it. Um, the I think one of the most noteworthy things about this team is the lack of speed control. It's a team that is mostly spamming priority moves and I guess making use of the Choice Scarf on Urshifu Rapid. I don't actually know the booster on Flutter, but it would not surprise me if it was speed to just kind of have a pseudo fast mode that doesn't actually rely on something like Tailwind, but still can hit before the opponent.
Mm-hmm. And I think Jody mentioned on Twitter that both the top two players really did not have speed control. Michael did have Trick Room on his Imprison for Rigoraph, but it was not trying to click Trick Room. And so both these teams really just relied on priority moves or their own natural speed investment or just like outbulking opponents.
Yep.
Kyle, do you know the booster on Marco's Flutterman?
It was special attack boosted.
Okay, it was not speed.
Correct.
It just seemed like it could have been a speed team because there's no actual speed control, but no, why not? And then like we're seeing more people explore the option of not running booster at all on Flutter. And like you usually see people go the specs route, but Michael ran Pixie Plate. Pixie Plate with only fairy moves and sub. It kind of begins to make a bit of sense when you realize that there is a Dragapult with Phantom Force and Terra Ghost Terra Blast on the team, kind of providing the ghost coverage already. And let's be honest, when you're using Fluttermane, you mostly want to be clicking fairy moves anyways. The Shadow Ball is just when you're across something you can't fairy move, I guess. And so Dragapult's got you covered, and I think that's really fun. Otherwise, some like interesting like small techs. There's Crunch on the Chen Pao instead of Sacred Sword. Assault Vest Heatran is seeing some play, and Rillaboom not wearing the Assault Vest instead has a Citrus Berry, which allows it to have room for Protect.
Did you mention Trash?
Yeah, I mean, we saw, I think Agati tweeted out like a poll asking, would you run Icicle Crash or Ice Spinner? Because Icicle Crash can miss. It can also flinch. Ice Spinner clears terrain, which on this team, you probably don't want to do. You got a Rillaboom, right? So you gotta kind of decide that for yourself. Maybe stopping Indeedee is a priority for you. What's up?
You didn't even mention the biggest factor that most Chen Pao are Focus Sash and want to avoid hitting a Rocky Helmet.
Right. Yes, and Icicle Crash is not a contact move. So I don't know. I don't know which one's better. I guess it probably is team dependent, right? Like I said, if you have a Rillaboom on your team, you probably don't want to run Ice Spinner. But
That's what I feel.
No, I've told a couple of you guys this story already, but like I played a Ice Spinner Chen Pao on a Rillaboom team in the tournament, and at least 2 or 3 times during the set they just clicked Ice Spinner followed by Woodhammer, and like just hit me with a baby Woodhammer as a consequence. It was just like, well, whose fault is this? Not mine. Like I don't know.
That just sounds sad. Yeah.
So you definitely have to be very careful with that team building wise. I don't think people are going to opt to run like both. It's probably got to be one of Ice Spinner or Icicle Crash, and so yeah, definitely one of the like more tricky decisions on a Pokemon with like really high usage like Chen Pao. So because otherwise I mean, if you were to look at the items, I bet you'd find like 90% or Sash. I don't think you get to learn that information super easily through Limitless. You can click on every team, but you kind of have to do that one by one. Yeah, I'm just checking. Yeah, that does seem to be
I think
okay.
another benefit
Raghav.
to Pixie Plate Fluttermane is that you can like actually run Timid on it instead of like Booster Energy. You have to go Modest or like have the stats accordingly. But
Yeah.
Pixie Plate just lets you go like Timid.
Yeah, it definitely feels more flexible with your EV spread.
yeah, I mentioned in chat, Icicle Crash is also slightly more powerful, and a lot of people are EVing for Ice Spinner. At least a lot of people in Regulation C were EVing for Ice Spinner, and so it does also give you that a little bit of extra damage that might swing some of those rolls that people might have EV'd for in your favor.
Yeah, I think
What are-
Marco
I
was
mean-
Adamant Crash.
What does that give you? Like, if you were EV to live the regular attack?
Let's find out.
What's the flutter that does that? Is it like 50, 200 something?
All right, Flutter Main, and we got Chen Pao. Chen Pao has Ice Spinner, and it gets Icicle Crash.
Guys, it's a slow week. We're going to be doing calcs on stream. Don't yell at us, please. Please.
I'm just plugging arbitrary numbers in until it looks about right. This is definitely
honestly,
not. I
anything
passed
that
it.
6% of the time is
So if
going
you
to be the
live,
one.
if you live Ice Spinner, is this the best you can do? Yeah. If you live Ice Spinner 100% of the time, this is 140.68. Then you take 31% chance to go down to Icicle Crash. So that's like a decent percentage of the time where you get the swing.
So wait, you're getting like 30?
Yeah, 33% of the time.
Okay, what about adamant?
That's so bad. Yeah, but that could just be adamant spinner, Raghav. Like, it's not.
No, adamant crash.
I know, but then like that's the same difference between adamant spinner and adamant crash, right?
Yeah,
Does Adamant,
I don't know.
like Adamant, no, that's not right. That's Sassy. Adamant has a 56% chance to kill with the Ice Spinner roll if they outlive for if they EV for Jolly, and then you have a 93% chance with Icicle Crash if they EV for Jolly Ice Spinner. So it does
about
basically
40.
guarantee it.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So it's nice that you can kind of like catch people off guard that way. I actually had a moment on ladder the other day where I was like, I went down to a ice spinner on my Ursaluna, and it was like, or icicle crash, and I was like, there's no way I should die to that, and then it was like actually an 18% roll, and so like I guess that stuff does come up. Just that extra 5 BP. Not to mention the flinches. I've seen a number of people get flinched by that move, so very funny.
I hate that it even has that option.
Yeah, I mean, Icicle Crush is normally such a trash move in my opinion, but like the benefits in a Rocky Helmet format are very important. In most cases, I prefer to run, dice on like a loaded dice Excalibur or something, but yeah, it's tricky. We see in third place a relatively standardish team with instead of going like the Cresselia Ursaluna standard, we're seeing that the pace of the game is being controlled a bit more by Thundurus and Landorus. I've seen these two before. These Pokemon are pretty decent, and yeah, they. Hold on, I'm getting a phone call. Adi, you take over.
Oh shoot. Okay, team. This team is pretty. I don't know what to talk about this team. It's like I'm a good search for Heatran is like the most standard Firewater Grass core, and honestly, it's a little surprising that we didn't really see that. Actually, we did see that core on Marco Piero's team too, but we didn't see as much of the Firewater Grass core as we thought we did, as we thought we would have. The Landorus, of course, if you're running, I feel like a lot of people, if you are running Heatran over one of the two Arcanines as your fire type, or like Chi-Yu as your fire type, then maybe you want a Landorus as the Intimidate user, although I guess Chi-Yu is like usually on hyper offensive teams that don't really rely on Intimidate. But, and then you've also got the synergy between Landorus and Thundurus, right? And so you can click Earthquake, and this is the classic duo, you can click Earthquake next to your Thundurus, and then you have, you also have Eerie Impulse, so if you Intimidate something, a special attack, you can also Eerie Impulse it. Very cool. Thunder Wave is great speed control. And then the Specs Flutter Main, and I don't know, like it's a pretty standard team. Not too much to talk about, but y'all have some thoughts on it?
Yeah, I think like no stomping is interesting with like all the Rillaboom around, and like they don't have Ice Spinner, so I think that's definitely like something kind of tricky to play around, like neutering your Earthquake if the opponent just has Rillaboom. And then I guess like just like mono Wild Bolt Storm is kind of like interesting to me. I feel like Thunderbolt is like a lot more consistent, and I'd be scared to just miss.
Yeah. Especially since a lot of times Thundurus, this is goggles too, so like it's not like you have to worry about being attacking around Amogus. And a lot of times I feel like Thundurus is probably sitting on the field in front of a grass type that's trying to resist its electric type attacks, and one thing you actually want to hit, right? You really don't want to miss that one target. I don't like. It feels like you only
Yeah,
really ever
especially
want to hit one
goggles.
target.
It's just an overkill, I think.
Well, it's not even an overkill; it's an underkill. It's Wild Bolt. If you're not running like any investment on your Thunderous, doesn't one shot Urshifu water, whereas Thunderbolt will. And so I just like that consistent option to know that you're going to be taking out the Urshifu.
Underkill from Underhill.
That's true. You got me there. Next up, though, we have Kyle's team. Kyle, do you want to talk to us a bit about your team?
Sure. My team's like pretty similar to the third place team, to be honest. Like I have the Genies as well, the classic with the Earthquake, and
You have the
I
base
didn't have.
Thunderbolt set.
Yes, I do have Thunderbolt. I'm not clicking Wild Bolt Storm outside of Rain at least. The rest of it's pretty standard pieces. Like I've got the Among Us, the Flutterman. I really liked having Hex on this team because I have T-Wave and Spore, and T-Wave into Hex KOs Flutterman like almost all the time.
Yeah, that's
Like
sick.
up to 252, 76 plus. Like the lowest rolls like 103 on like that bulk, and like most of them have a good amount of physical bulk. So like realistically, I was assuming as long as T-Wave hits, that's like getting the knockout, which was like cool, and like kind of why I was Ghost Terra, so that I could do that into like Hands Crest lead. If they're trying to just like fake out to stop taunt or whatever. Like I could either taunt or remove it, so it was a cool option. The
The
team's
Hex
overall
plays
pretty
decent.
standard. Yeah, the Hex was really good, honestly. Like I clicked it like 3 or 4 times, and like usually you never click the fourth move on Flutter, so I was really glad to get like use out of it.
Oh, that's sick.
Does it do a lot to Ursa Luna since that guy's always burned?
I suppose if it terrestrializes to the ghost type, it would probably do a lot of damage. I don't know
Oh,
the
that's-
roll. Maybe. I don't know. Ursaluna's got stats. I feel like it would do like
No, she's
85.
dangerous. I think she dies for sure.
No, that
Maybe.
thing's definitely gonna drop.
Okay.
I'm wondering if it's gonna do like, yeah, it probably doesn't take out the water one that's burned, but
Sure,
taking double
sure.
damage from Hex, but it's
But the
probably
ghost
not.
one. Yeah, no, you're
The
right.
ghost
It's
one's
special
dead.
defense. Yeah.
Super dead.
Okay. Yeah, the only cool thing about this team was the Urshifu, which like I didn't even like test with it. I just like thought it would be good. Like every time I click close combat, like I had the same team, but like just with moves on the Urshifu. Like I was Black Glasses, I just had close combat over Sword Stance, and I was like, every time I click close combat, it just feels bad. It's like why not just like have Sword Stance? Like that sounds really scary on the team sheet. And then it was like really good because I 1v1'd in Iron Hands once because I was at +2 already. I knew I would live a Drain Punch, so I SD'd again to +4, and then Wicked Blow one-shot the Iron Hands from
Cool.
100. So
Black
that was really cool. Like I didn't think that would KO. They probably had minimal like fizz stuff, but like it happened. Maybe it was a roll. I don't know. It was a sick team though. I had a lot of fun with it, and the Nino tour is very well run. Like as we've been over, it's a fun tour.
We got
I remember
in
somebody
chat.
else telling me about
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, Nino is here. That's Nino
Oh.
for
Yeah,
He's
thank
the
you.
good
But yeah.
Yeah. Again, want to
Yeah,
reiterate, the tour was super well run. Thank you so much for hosting it. It was cool, super cool. Go.
Yeah, somebody else was telling me about that was running Urshifu Dark that like they got burned by a heat wave, and then they were like, "Oh man, I was so mad, and I was gonna lose the game off this heat wave burn." And then they Terra Dark their Urshifu, went for Wicked Blow into a Flutterman, and it still just dropped. It was like, this one is so silly. The damage is just so illegal. Wow, Nino, they
It's
actually
okay. It's okay. You
yeah,
can
I
send it to
forgot-
me. Yeah, I'm Pickle Dog. Don't worry about it.
Audi is a crack pickle dog. Yeah. He'll DM you the Venmo. He's got proof, 100%.
He's Pickle Dog on Venmo.
Is Pickle Dog on Showdown 3? Find a user. Pickle Dog. This has got to be registered, right? It's just 2021. It's gone. They haven't played any VGC though. Okay, so then Kyle's team is definitely a cool like more offensive version of Standard is the way that I like look at it compared to the team right below it. In 5th place from Lazigi. This is like a bit more of a passive version of Standard, whereas this one has like more aggressive options Goldengo, Thunderous putting down speed control for the offensive mons to pick up KOs, and then of course an Urshifu.
I think this is the most boring team in the format. It is like, if I think this is probably the most common combination of 6 Pokemon you will see. A lot of other teams have a lot of room for variation. Oh yeah, I guess there's an Arcanine. Yeah, I guess that's true. I guess there's a fire. That's a fire type slot. Can be a couple different things, but you got one flex slot on the team. But the Crest, the Iron Hands, the Fluttermane, the Ursa, the Amoonguss is just kind of always there on these type of teams.
So, talking about that fire slot, this would be a good point to just jump over to the metagame tab and talk about how we mentioned Goldengo as a big winner from this tournament. Notably, 57% win rate after. I think that's after the whole tournament. Combined. Yeah.
It is the second highest win rate of all Pokemon that have more than 5 uses. The highest win rate was Arcanine with this like a 59% win rate.
Yeah, actually, almost 60. It's 59.68 here is what I'm seeing, and for such low usage, it was a Pokemon that was kind of popping off, and yeah, I guess just like I don't know, people were forgetting it, but people are
He's got that dog in him, dude.
people are putting it on kind of standard teams, and it's still doing well. I'm just gonna ignore Raghav because
All right, I'll mute myself again.
I didn't realize Pato was playing in this tournament. Well, this is kind of what the heck? Pato's got double slug, Gudra and Gastrodon. Crazy. Yeah, Arcanine definitely seems like a Pokemon that can still do it. It's obviously like got the stats to hold up. It's got like a 550 DST, and so I don't know. Arcanine hasn't always held up in all National Dex formats, but with the mons that we currently have and the Terra mechanic, it seems like a pretty good mon for what we have right now. So maybe it should be seeing more play.
It's interesting. Urshifu's just scary. That's
like
its
Urshifu's scary.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's I guess one thing it can do is it makes the close combats and Aqua Jet's a lot weaker, and so you can pair it next to Pokemon that might be weaker to those. I'm looking at the teams now, and I don't think that was especially the case. But yeah, I don't know. Like it's paired with the Mungus almost always. I think all of the teams that used it up until Pato were using it with the Mungus, and so
Yo, Pato's team is sick.
Pato's team is kind of wild. But yeah, like everyone's using it with the Mungus, right? And so like yeah, they can Searching Strikes you, but you just switch into your Amoonguss, and the Amoonguss is probably Rocky Helmet and probably makes the Urshifu regret clicking the move. And so like it's the same synergy that it's had in series 1, 2, 3. Like it's kind of the same deal. Did all the arcs that did well have Snarl? This one did, which is honestly like if you think Goldengo's going up in usage, this one did not. Snarl is like not unreasonable. This one did not. It looks like just the among the ones that made day 2, only 2 of them had. So two out of 4 had Snarl. But yeah, Arcanine definitely one of the big winners for the. How do I get back to here? Standings, metagame. Arcanine definitely one of the big winners from this tournament.
But now we've been waiting long enough. We should talk about the pickle dog with the other dog, Arcanine Hisui.
Yeah.
Rock Dog doing pretty well. I think it's closer to even this tournament, but I think it's been kind of having some fringe appearances here and there. And yeah, the set here just kind of makes use of the fact of makes use of the dual stab. I don't know. It's just kind of funny the idea of clicking Rock Slide with your Arcanine and having stab on it and also being able to flinch things with it. Like, yeah, its base typing is really bad, but the fact that you get stab on Rock Slide, it can be really helpful into teams like Chen Pao, D-Knight, and I don't know. I can't really think of anything else that's Rock Weak off the top of my head, but those are some of the main offenders. Kleavor.
I kind of like the offensive set a little more, but I don't know. I haven't really tested too much.
I have not played enough with it either.
Yeah, we saw the. I think we were looking at Limitless Tours and Heat Suite and Arcanine because we were trying to figure out what it does, and some of them were doing intimidate stuff. Some I think we saw one person win a tour with like Choice Scarf, Rockhead, Head Smash, Arcanine, he's Arcanine, which is pretty cool. But it does definitely have a couple things it can do, and man, it'd be a lot more annoying in closed team sheet, I guess. But it looks like a lot of the ones that did well here are Intimidate. This one is Intimidate, and running no extreme speed, instead running Will-O-Wisp. And I thought that extreme speed with Chen Pao is like kind of mandatory, but I guess not. But Will-O-Wisp does make sense, partially because the big downside of Heat Suite Arcanine compared to regular Arcanine is that it sucks into Iron Hands. Iron Hands is so much better into Heat Suite Arcanine. And having the ability to Will-O-Wisp, it does seem very, very important. I don't even think it trades very well even after a Wisp, but like at least you're threatening that.
I thought the main downside was that it was quadruple weak to 2 types.
Arcanine doesn't want to take ground moves anyways, right? Or like it's not taking an Urshifu Rapid Strike anyways, so like
That's true.
I don't think that like the weaknesses, additional
Can
weaknesses
live
really
those
matter.
things. Can
Yeah.
live them.
That's true. If you put a Citrus Berry on the Arcanine, it certainly lives the Surging Strikes.
In rain. No, I'm kidding.
I think Fede Campo's team was just like a variation, or maybe the exact 6 as the Team Spirit team.
And we had him on last time to talk more extensively about his team. So you've probably heard a lot about that, but it is cool to see the team have some staying power.
And then Yume bringing the second Dragapult into Top Cut with a team that has a lot of the, I don't know, standard Pokemon on it, but like I can't really say I can classify this as a certain archetype. It's got Fire, Water, Grass, and otherwise it just kind of has Pokemon. Yeah.
It's the Dragapult set is really interesting, just because it's not the set that Michael was using and not the set that Poke-Alex used, where it was and Kyle used the NAIC. That was Terra Ghost, Terra Blast. Instead, running Fairy Terra Blast, so not doing as much damage with Ghost coverage. I feel like having to click Phantom Force to do any Ghost damage is kind of bad, but I guess the team has a Goldengo and Michael's team did not, and so it's saying I don't need to click Ghost damage as regularly. If a team is weak to Ghost, I will use my Goldengo to really beat it. And I mean, it worked out really well for them, so who am I to say it's the wrong choice? But and Terra Fairy Blast is kind of cool because you get to hit the Urshifus really hard, and you get to hit, I don't know what else you hit really hard. Fairy coverage,
Iron Hands, I guess.
hands, sure. I don't know. That all sounds like stuff that I want to hit with Ghost coverage.
There's 2 of these in the tour. I think it's maybe just to like dodge Sucker Punch and stuff, I guess. I don't know though. I do like the Ghost one just because of like sheer damage output it has.
I think it makes sense, honestly. Like Michael's team had Farigiraf to block it, and now you just have your defensive typing instead to like block it, because Shinpal's just too popular. Like you can't realistically bring Dragapult to enough games for it to be worth it. I feel if you're not like one of those 2 choices.
I do like the idea here. Fairy's like not too bad of a offensive type right now. It's hitting the fighting type, Urshifu, Iron Hands, the dragon type, Dragonite, and I guess other Dragapults if you want, as well as hitting all these dark types like Shenpao and stuff. So it's just like it's gonna hit a variety of things on a Pokemon that maybe you weren't prepared for having fairy coverage.
I mean, they don't have a fairy on their team otherwise.
That's true.
True.
This is the Regidrago matchup.
True.
Gotta have one.
Literally.
Actually, there's Freeze-Eye's team in 9th, and yeah, we can probably start going a little bit faster through the teams here as they start to get more similar to the ones we've seen up higher, like Freeze-Eye just kind of doing the more Crest Bear balance. Notably, we should point out Slushy 2K's team, not necessarily the comp, it looks like a fine Tornadus team, but also that you might notice that is the first Tornadus team we've encountered. And it, I think there's 2 more in top 16, but none made it to top 8. So pretty crazy. He was also the only one to go 11-3. Then you have to go down to Prez, who went 10-4. So one Tornadus even had a chance to cut and just bubbled out. Kind of insane for a Pokemon that, I don't know, like, I'd have to go back to the metagame tab, but it's like 5th in usage, and it's whiffing that hard.
I think is wild. I think Torn's like super good. I guess I don't really know why it's underperformed, but I could see it like bouncing back the next tournament. I just think it's still
Totally.
like consistent on.
Yeah, it just might have been how things shook out on the day. I think that we see a good number of Thunderous above it. That's a Pokemon that might give it a bit of a problem between, hitting it super effectively, resisting Bleak Wind, and then also just being able to like go for prankster moves to match, whether it's Taunt or Thunder Wave. Let's see. There's some more Dragapults. There's another Dragapult here that went 11-3 from Lesio Fusca.
That's crazy. I didn't see that. That's 3 Dragapults in top. Oh, this one's Fairy too. What? This one doesn't even have a U-turn. It's got outrage.
I saw that earlier in my coaching session.
No,
sorry, go on.
I was trying to see if it was the same team or not, and it might be. I don't know. AV Dog, otherwise Sash, Goggles. I don't think the other one was Goggles. I think it was Mystic Water. All right, so just similar builds with different
This team
dogs.
is based. Wow. Okay. So they've got the Dragapult, which is cool with Chen Pao. They've got the second Swords Dance Urshifu we've seen. So Kyle is running it on Urshifu Dark. This guy's running it on Urshifu Water, and not running it on not like Aqua Jet. Like you kind of want a priority move on that. No, he's just saying I'm just gonna. This is my SD hand because it's an Urshifu. Gonna click Drain Punch and Surging Strikes, which is super cool. Terra Poison, of course, because Terra Water would also somewhat resist Flutter Mane, but Terra Poison lets it have that staying power, get towards Dance off. And then you got the Hisuian Arcanine, which is also, I think, just a generally cool Pokemon, and in particular, it has E-Speed, which I think is really, really good next to Chen Pao.
And Head Smash.
And Head Smash, which is just crazy damage.
Yeah, also the Chanpow's Terra Fairy as well with Icy Wind.
Also, Sea Soil underscore. I believe the second place Dragapult from Michael Dear Best was a Terra Ghost Pult. So not all of them are opting out of the Ghost Terra. But yeah, there's 3 up top there. Pretty crazy to see. Are there any other standout teams to you guys that made it to day 2? Because that's really what we're looking for here, is the teams that made it deep.
I mean, we got to talk about some of the more unusual Pokemon choices that did really well.
All right. Go ahead and jump down to last place day 2. Let's start it off.
All right, last place we got the Clodsire. The Clodsire. I saw that they beat A-Ray in the win-in, which is hype. So they definitely beat some good players in their rounds. But yeah, I mean, look, they beat Damani, they beat Willfire, and they beat A-Ray in day 1. That's like a kind of strong day 1 schedule. And then they didn't do too hot in day 2, but like that kind of proves its legitimacy. And we do see the Terra Ghost Dragapult. Again, Dragapult may be one of the standout performers of the tournament. Along with this is just basically Michael's team from the VR tour that he got top 8 in, except he put a Clodsire on the team. And the Clodsire, I think, is super cool because it is Water Absorb, so Urshifu cannot hit it. It's poison type with Water Absorb. Urshifu Water can't hit it. And it basically does what Solo Dozo does, where it just clicks Yawn, and it kind of plays a very slow game. It's very bulky, and also just like instead of being a Dozo and not having a special defense stat and like not resisting Flutter Mane, it does resist Flutter Mane, which I think is super cool.
It definitely seems like
The sigh.
it definitely. Adi was just like hyping it up so much. Like, guys, he's not just hyping it up for the crowd here. He was trying to hype us up on this in our actual team building calls, and I'm just having to sit there like, well, yeah, we're not building with him for Worlds. We're not building with him for Worlds. We're not building with him for Worlds.
I am not brave enough to commit to running Clodsire at Worlds, given the limited amount of time we have. But I do need to look up what Clodsire's stats are.
But don't worry, guys. For Pittsburgh or whatever the first post Worlds one, if that's Regulation B, Clodsire is going to be coming out.
No one told me it had a base 60 defense stat. Okay.
Yeah, Dondozo's way better.
No one told me it has a base stat total of 430.
It's so strange because like this is the mod that's like apparently holding OU together. Um, Apparently like OU would be a lot crazier and like they'd have to ban Terra and a lot of other shit if it wasn't for this little pile of mud. I don't think it's gonna save VGC, but you go, little Clodsire. Scrolling up, I don't know if there's any other standout teams. Let's see. Anything you guys are noticing?
All right, let's look at the metagame tab for day 2 and see which Pokemon had 1 usage. So Galarian Moltres had 1 usage, didn't do 2. All right, let's look at the ones that do well. Iron Bundle, that's its first day 2. It didn't day 2 at Victory Road at all, and did make day 2 here. Basculin Legion, we of course saw Basculin Legion, Thundurus, Therian, Pelipper on the Teen Spirit team.
John,
top
who's
cut.
on that bullshit? Hail. Yeah, I had to mention that at some point. We got an Articuno, Boma Snow here on an otherwise just kind of like standard team, but Articuno doing stupid Articuno things.
That was a Pokemon that was getting really hyped up in the week leading up to that. I saw people talking about on Twitter, and then honestly kind of underperformed. Only Jehu can really harness the power of snow.
And honestly, that totally makes sense to me. One thing I will say about Articuno, though, is that I do think it's a very interesting Pokemon, one that I probably won't be able to figure out in time before Worlds. But, like, the mod has, like, really awesome stats right now, especially in Hail. Like, it's 95, 100, 125 bulk. So that 100 defense stat is being multiplied by 1.5 in Snow. This thing is just tanking attacks on Ursaluna. And then, yeah, like, it's got a pretty respectable special bulk with 95, 125. And all of that bulk is held up by a flat 80% accuracy modifier. So, like, yeah, maybe you have a big attack that can actually do damage, but good luck hitting it. 20% of the time it's just going to dodge, and so it almost makes it seem bulkier. It's a Pokemon that just won't go down.
This one's kind of big.
It's kind of fun, honestly. I can't help hype myself up on it too much though, or I'm going to want to run it again. So, yeah, actually, that's it. The rest of these teams are boring as shit. What the hell?
Well, there was a T-Tar in day 2. That's pretty cool. It did not do... It did okay. But on a pretty boring team otherwise, but, like... I don't really know what T-Tar does. It's got Rock Slide, Terra Blast.
Terra Fairy runs Terra Fairy, Terra Blast. Apparently, more teams need to be running Terra Fairy, Terra Blast, is what I'm learning.
I guess it makes sense for T-Tar because you really want to not die to fighting attacks, right?
Sure. I guess. I think that the T-Tar's there just to counter John, who's Snow Team. Get fucked, John.
They have Rain Dance on the Tornadus. They already counter it.
Oh.
They have Rain Dance and Sunny Day. they got the Chody set.
Oh wait, were they?
Oh my God.
On the T-Tar team?
Yeah.
Oh, hold on, I have to go back to the T-Tar team now. I didn't realize they were running triple weather casually. They have Mons that can use rain. They have Mon that can use rain. They have, I guess, Rillaboom kind of counts. Dodge the fire moves. They have Mons that can use sun. We got the Flutter and the Heatran. And then I guess Sand too. Sure. Okay, that team's a little bit silly. All right, let's go ahead and go to the metagame tab before we finish talking about the Nino Tour and just talk a bit about like what are the things that stand out here and like, yeah, basically just that. Just what Pokemon are looking to like doing well, doing poorly. Like Fluttermane at 50.58 win rate isn't really noteworthy. It's a Pokemon that's at like such high usage that often it's going to be playing itself and going even, and then when it's not playing itself, there's going to be good players using it, there's going to be bad players using it because it's at 66% usage. And so that's the kind of logic that you can apply to a lot of the Pokemon at the top. If they're near 50%, it's relatively uninteresting. Like, Urshifu, Iron Hands, relatively uninteresting. Amoonguss being at 53, that's a little bit noteworthy, like, just starting to, because, it means that, like, hey, if you're not running an Amoonguss, it does seem like you are starting to trend towards more likely to lose.
And for
And
context,
so,
like the highest Pokemon win rate was 69% with T-Tar that had one usage. Nothing had above 60% and multiple uses, right? Like 55% is a crazy win rate for a Pokemon. 3 Pokemon basically had a 55% win rate plus.
yeah, it
So
doesn't
like,
sound like it's drastically higher than 50, but, like, yeah, if just getting a bit over 50 means that that Pokemon is starting to stand out.
yeah, yeah, no. If you like 52% is where I'd be like, okay, this mon is like doing things that is significantly above average.
Hmm. And so then we don't really encounter anybody else too noteworthy until we get to Cresselia. Cresselia kind of eating ass. I know that a lot of sorry, I had to specify eating ass in a bad way.
I mean,
No judgment.
Crest like Crest did well, right? We got one in top 8, and then another Freeze Eye bubbled with it too. We see like 6 in day 2, 7 in day 2. Like it did have a solid performance, but I suspect that there were a lot of people towards the bottom of the tournament that just queued up Crest Bear and did pretty poorly, and that might have dragged it down a little bit. It is like a kind of hard mod to use. It doesn't fit on every team, and the teams that did well with it, with a cup, with the exception of the Galarian Moltres team, are very standard teams that kind of just force you to actually outplay your opponent. Also, Violet's team was also a little unique, but that one just missed day 2.
So Adi's pointing out something important here, which is the difference between the combined tab and the day 2 tab. Maybe you do want to know, like, how the top players are doing with Cresselia. Keep in mind that if you click day 2 and then if you click top 8 cut, the sample size starts to get smaller and smaller. And so it is important to look at the big data because there's just, like, a lot more frequency there. But, of the 7 Cresselia in day 2, they were doing pretty well with a 55% win rate. I would not really look at the top cut numbers. I would just kind of, like, when you get to the point that you're analyzing the teams that made it to the top 8, just look at where they finished, or look like what they played in the top 8 bracket to figure out, like, oh, they lost to this matchup. Is that a bad matchup, or did they, those are the kind of things that you can study when you're looking at these type of things. Ursaluna had a similar rate to Crest. Kind of wonder why. But then Goldengo is the Pokemon that I feel like was the biggest winner after this tournament. We were talking about it earlier.
57% is insane. That is a crazy win rate for a Pokemon that had like 16% usage. That is, I mean, 94 people, and then there were 3, 6, 9, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 in day 2. Like,
I like that you're counting when you can just click the day 2 tab and it'll tell you how many there are.
But like, what was it? 17 divided by 94? Is an 18% conversion rate. That's nutty. That's insane. This is a 600 player tour and 43 players made day 2, right? Like,
yeah,
the average conversion rate is 7%. This is like 2.5 times that. You are 2.5 times more likely to make day 2 if you use Goldengo at this tournament.
And so, like, you have to be forward thinking. This doesn't mean that, like, Goldengo is a lock to win Worlds. This means that, like, it was a strong Pokemon for this tournament, and going forward, you either want to make sure that you're the best player abusing it, or also countering it. And so, like, you still have to address all the Pokemon above it because you can encounter them more in your matches. But I could maybe see Goldengo seeing a rise in usage because of a result like this, and just know that the Pokemon that's immune to all status moves is maybe pretty good.
I also think Goldengo is basically 2 different Pokemon. A lot of these players are using the like nasty plot leftover set. We saw Kyle use that. But then there's also like the spec set that we see on a lot of the like Tornadus teams. And those play like different Pokemon. The leftover sets are almost always Terra Water. They're playing very defensively. They're playing with the Mungus. The way you approach those 2 Pokemon are very, very different in T building. And so, I mean, that's also true of some other Pokemon too. But like, it's especially true of Goldengo, where saying, yeah, I've got my Galarian Moltres, I've got my Goldengo answer, that maybe works into the that actually that's kind of not working to either of them, right? Because one of them just kills you, and the other one just turns into a water type and ignores you. But like that's the sort of you have to approach both of them differently. Is what I'm trying to say.
No, I definitely agree. Also, J Ben points out something good in the chat. Probably no Mon that benefited more than from the decline in Chi usage, and I think that can also be combined with Ting Lu. Ting Lu was a Pokemon that allowed everything to kind of just like face tank Goldango a bit more comfortably, as well as dealing with it a bit itself by looking Ruination or Stomping Tantrum. And Goldango's allowed a lot more free reign the less usage you see from Ting Lu, Chi Yu, and to an extent Nandozo. Yeah, are there any other Pokemon that you guys think had like a really good or really poor tournament, Raghav, Kyle?
No, I think the big one was just like Cress, I guess, and yeah, I don't know.
I mean, I'm down
Horn.
here. I talked about Grimmsnarl earlier. I made you look at that guy. That guy didn't.
Okay,
Uh,
well, if I use him, it'll be good.
Raghav would be different.
Mhm.
Raghav's different like that. What about
Yeah,
Gudra,
and
Raghav? Would you be able to fix him? He's down at 40%.
It's a tough task, but I think I could do it.
and
Okay.
that is part of it. Is like Gudra 40% win rate. It did cut the tournament, right? Like a good player piloting a good team with Gudra on it can do well, and that's true of basically any Pokemon, right? Like, I hate playing Spam on ladder. That team is everywhere. Indeedee had an awful win rate, and we saw Indeedee Regidrago I think win the Japanese tour. Or was that the one that got top 8? But like, you can do well with Indeedee. You can do well with.
Wait, why does Fede Campo's Pelipper have Keen Eye as the ability?
It was a team sheet error. He got to
Oh,
play with
okay.
Bristol. Yeah.
Yeah,
Um, Same with like bundle. I mean, awful conversion rate. It had one in top 16. We saw again Indeedee. Do we actually see any Indeedee make D2? How many made D2? No, not a single Indeedee. Okay, never mind. You cannot win with Indeedee.
Just give up now.
Uh,
You're trying.
okay,
I mean, Armor is also at 42. Like, yeah, Spam is dead.
there was a
Don't use
Gyarados
it.
in day 2, and Gyarados had there were 2 Gyarados in day 2. Gyarados had an awful win rate. I'm not a believer in Gyarados personally, but like, I don't know how much of it is. Part of it, I think, really is who is using the Pokemon, as compared, and maybe what their partners is, right? Like a lot of these Gyarados are paired with Gudra, and Gudra had an awful win rate, so that like partially explains it. Like some of these Gyarados teams do not look very real, and I think a lot of these players didn't show up. But the Gyarados teams up here, they look pretty real. Like maybe Gyarados is legit, and it just had a bad win rate because the players, like good players, were not exploring it as much. Actually, I'm curious.
Yeah.
What are the Gyarados that did well actually do? This one's a Life Orb Terrablast. Terraflying Terrablast with Stone Edge is one of them.
But yeah, I guess you got to do something different. Don't try to do
That
what.
is not what I expected.
That team is cool overall, in my opinion.
We got Banded Lando.
I like
It
the
does-
Scary Face Torn a lot. I think that would help a lot in the mirrors, and that's one of my issues with most Torn teams.
There's a lot of it is just triple choice.
This is aggro to the max. Yeah, triple choice, Life Orb Gyarados. We put all the offensive items on, and then Assault Vest Hands and Citrus Turn.
Kind of a cool team. I mean, obviously it didn't do the hottest, but I think something like that could be refined to find the best offensive pieces and then just run you over. Pretty neat. But yeah, we've been these are the things to look at, and like why this world is especially strange. Like I don't know. When we talked about it, or its original announcement, it's like we're gonna go to a world without like any meta development. Like it's gonna be so crazy. This is the first like world that's never had like the format established beforehand. But because the rules were of course announced when the format was gonna go live on Battle Stadium and advanced with enough time for players to create their teams and stuff, there's gonna be grassroots. The grassroots are gonna drive the metagame, and not everything here is going to be what you see at Worlds or like the next step to beating this. There are going to be like certain ideas that went under the radar. There's got to be people like that are like the really strong builders like David Kuchash and stuff who come up with things that are outside the box you didn't think of. But um, and I guess Raghav's already building. Um,
No, I'm boring now.
yeah, you are. Yeah, honestly, I forgot you caught the boring. Um,
Did you know not
but
a single Sneasler went over 500? Oh, that's not true. There's one. Um,
Sneasler is bad. Don't use it.
it,
Sneasler's a silly guy.
it
But
got
yeah,
top 8 in Japan.
it was doing all right over there. Man, this thing's just so ugly. When this
uh,
thing came out in Arceus, I was like, oh.
we were talking about this in Tub, but like there were two people. There were multiple games trial in day 2, but there's Hoj and then there's also another Hoj. Are they the same person? Are they not the same person? Does anyone know? Like, are they brothers?
The mystery.
I think they might be. The one Danish guy on Twitter said like one of his tweets was me and my brother qualified. I played one of them in the event too. So now I'm curious.
I remember this one because I linked that tweet to Dane, who might be in the chat here. I was like, Dane, you got to reply because you're a Danish player. Oh man. Oh yeah, here's
Me and my twin brother. I mean, maybe. I don't know.
I think you cracked the case. I think you cracked the
Yeah.
case, Roddy.
Yeah, I'm looking at Regidrago too. Like, that's another Pokemon that obviously did really well in Japan, and the best one in this tournament went 4-3, which is rough, right? Like, that's something where, like, if you're going to Worlds, you got to understand, like, not everyone from NA who qualified is going. Not everyone from EU who's qualified is going, for day 1 at least. But Japan, everyone's going pretty much, right? So you're going to see 56 Japanese players in day 1, plus maybe the people who qualified from last year's Worlds as well. That's going to be, like, if there are significant metagame differences, and Regidrago is one Pokemon that I think is a significant metagame difference, you should be ready because plurality of the field is going to be from Japan.
So I think I'm at least running out of things to say about Regulation D and the Nino Tour, so I think I'm going to move us along. But if there's anybody in the chat that has anything they want to ask about, this tournament or Regulation D, feel free to fire them off. I think, Audie, if you want to move on to the silly thing that I put at the bottom of the doc, we can talk about that a bit now.
Okay.
Before doing the calculus right. I didn't really have a plan for this, but I just kind of was like Googling them while we were in the call, and
So
we're not going to be able to organize them into a tier list or anything, but
you
we can just
can
talk.
get a tier list together?
I don't know how to make a tier list. It's probably very...
So the topic is, as you can see on screen, it's the World's backpacks. Did they give out World's backpacks before 2015? Or is that just your first Worlds?
I can just look up years tier list.
And so
years 1999 to 2022 real.
For context, if you qualify for the World Championships, they give you a backpack. If you attend, they give you a backpack and they give you a bunch of stuff in it. They give you like a water bottle. Last year they gave us a Switch case, which is really nice. They give you some sleeves, a pack of sleeves or two, a deck box. The deck boxes are really, really nice. I am into Yu-Gi-Oh, as y'all know. And I see Yu-Gi-Oh players using the Pokemon double deck box because it's just like the nicest deck box out there from Worlds, and those are like actually valuable if you don't want it. Same with the sleeves, I've heard are valuable. I don't know about that as much. And then obviously the Champions Festival cards that are worth over $1,000 sealed. So those are don't get ripped off. There will be people at the venue offering to buy your Champions Festivals for like $100, $200. Be warned. Keep them, sell them for more when you get home. They will be worth more.
Unless it's Alberto, then you should sell it to him.
Alberto gives you a fair price. I think he normally offers like over $500, $600 for him. I can't confirm. You should ask him, but like he's not predatory normally when he's buying cards.
Oh no, he's not. He's my homie.
Yeah, like he's upfront about like, yeah, I'm going to sell this for a decent profit, but I'm going to cut out all the hassle that comes with selling it for you. And if that's something,
Alberto's very chill about it. He'll usually tell you like exactly what he's looking to get from it. It's kind of just like, and so of course he's going to want to make a profit off it. So yeah.
Mm-hmm. But for context, I sold my Champions Festivals from 2022 for $1,700 on eBay, which is like $1,500 after fees. I can't promise you're gonna get that much, but like I've heard other people also sold it for around that much. So if you don't undersell them at once.
Honestly, this applies to most everything you get in your Worlds kit. So if you're Worlds qualified, just keep in mind that stuff is valuable. Like these bags, I was looking them up on like eBay, and like yeah, they're going for a pretty decent price. And so
This is me yelling at Abai specifically, who is in chat, and I'm going to call him out that at NAIC you get free stuff for competing at NAIC, and he got the little token that you go to get your stuff, and he said he looked at it, he looked in the bag and said, "I don't want this stuff," and gave it back. And then literally like 2 days later, I was hanging out with Alberto in his hotel room, and he was buying the bags for like $75 with everything included. It's like, yeah, you don't want this stuff. People want this stuff. Pokemon collection stuff is crazy. So if you get Pokemon stuff, keep it. Figure out what it's worth. There are people who are willing to buy it.
Quick question, since we're talking about the bags. I don't think anybody qualified for 2015 Worlds, but I was able to find the bag for it. What was the first Worlds everybody here qualified for?
2016 seniors.
Oh, then it doesn't count. Just kidding. So 16 is good.
19
Kyle,
for me.
2018
19.
Masters.
19 was also.
19.
Didn't you make day 2 in 19?
Okay.
Correct.
One. Oh yeah. Okay. Wait, did you make day 2 in 2022?
No. I was like 12th or something.
Oh,
Between
okay.
12 and 16 area.
I think I wrote an article of Victory Road.
No. You're talking about. No, I was talking about Worlds. Sorry, not like the. Oh, but I guess the buy. I guess so that would make you make day 2. Did you make it through Worlds day 1 in 2022? Is then what I meant.
No.
Okay, yeah. I mean,
Tornogre was not good. It was not the call. Everyone with Tornogre flopped. I think it was just tough at that point in time.
I remember I wrote an article for Victory Road previewing the North American invites for Worlds 2019. And I just assumed that Kyle had made Worlds before because he'd been around and kept doing well. And I was like, oh, yeah, and Kyle, he's a good player. He's made Worlds before, and this is his first day 2 invite. He told me afterwards, no, that's not true at all.
Yeah, no. Yeah, and I played 18 NAIC. Like I got 10th that year, but I only played one other regional, and I went 5-4 at Dallas. That was the only other event I played in 18. And the years before that, I only played one regional. Like I could have never done it. I also kind of sucked. So
I remember that 18 cut or like 10th place, and I was like, oh, everyone tells me this guy's good.
I was a ladder guy for a long time back in those days. Yeah.
I love the ladder heroes. Anyways, I looked up all the Worlds bags from 2015 to present because it was just like, well, I wanted to rank these at some point, and I wanted to do all the plushes, but I'm gonna get a bunch of boomers when we do that one. I was hoping that anybody had gotten like a 2019. That's 2 bags. Raghav is at least here with me. He could like kind of a boomer. Me and him both didn't get 2015, but you've qualified for Worlds every year since 2016, right, Raghav? I imagine. Did you?
No, I missed 17 by like single-digit amount of points.
Wow.
Even though I had 2 top 4 regionals.
Wait, and was this Masters or?
Masters, yeah. Dude, of
Yeesh.
course I qualify for Worlds and Seniors.
Well, yeah. Oh, sorry. I mean, I just like don't even think about seniors. I just don't waste any brain space.
Same.
Oh.
But yeah, no, I love 17. It's probably my favorite format. Still salty I didn't get to play.
All right. Well, we can still ask for opinions on aesthetics. That's what we're deciding here. What are the best?
Hold up. I'm putting a jank tier list together.
Oh, let's go. Adi's actually doing all the work. Okay. I'll just keep talking lead up before then. Something else that I wanted to do though was the plushes. Those go like way back, and they're like some really cool ones. But we were also talking about potentially like during this break period doing like a history episode, but I just have to have the time to do a bit more prep work in advance for that one. Like we can definitely get somebody like Randy who knows stuff. Could always get Steven.
Gotta get Steven, yeah.
Steven, my former podcast host, co-host.
It's me. I'm Steven.
Yeah, yeah, you're the new Steven. Um, anyway, um, I think yeah, it'd be really cool to talk about the different like history things, but also people just love tier lists, and so I think it would be fun to rank all the plushes. Um,
Wait, do they give like every top four a bag or something, or is that just like a or top eight, or is that like a specifically 2018 thing?
I think it might have been specifically a 2018 thing. Raghav, the coolest one was like in 2013, they gave you an actual DS.
Just for what, top eight or what? Or just playing? You're just messing with
Presumably
me?
for
Yeah,
top
like
eight.
it was like top four or something.
Nah, you're just messing with me.
Hold on, I'm gonna see if I can find that.
Like a special DS that
Pokemon
has the
World
branding on it.
Championship. I'll just see if I can find an image. Um, there's this one, but this one's lame. I thought there was a, was it like a DS? So cool. Now I'm doing the hunting while Adi's doing the thing. Oh, this one's actually so cool. Um, yeah, like here, I'll drop this one in the chat. Adi's gonna have to pull it up on stream. But like, there was this from 2010. Um,
Oh, I know what you're talking about now.
yeah, this one was from some of the early years as well now. Um,
That was
and
kind of
then
ugly though.
These are cool. Hold up.
then there was one. Hold on, let me go back. I swear I saw another one. This one seems to be maybe even earlier actually, and it's just like simple, fun. But like these would be awesome prizes to get like a marked Switch or something, or like special Joy Cons.
I've
Uh,
been
Oh my God, that'd be sick.
I've been saying this. I've said this on other Tub Takes. I think that if the easiest way for them to increase prize money is just give us promotional stuff for doing well. Just because like it is easy to do, it is probably cheaper than giving out thousands of dollars in prizing, and at the end of the day, like legitimately, like a top eight or a top 16 playmat the top eight playmat probably goes for $250, right? Like I don't even you're getting a lot for it. Getting more top eight exclusive merchandise is functionally an increase in prize money, and it's also cool to keep.
I posted a picture of all three, Adi, if you want to just pull that one up instead. But yeah, no, I don't. I totally agree. Like that's just like stuff that it's almost like they're giving you like stock or something. You can just like sit there and let it accumulate value. You know?
I mean, I hear about Gavin, who's been playing forever and doing well forever, and just like he just like has all this stuff randomly in his house somewhere in some closet, and just like yeah, like he's sitting on thousands of dollars worth of Pokemon merchandise that he just like didn't really want to open or do anything with when he was a 16-year-old. And now it's like making him. He has. I don't think he sold much of it, but like it could make him a lot of money.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Okay, so did you make this bags tier list?
Yeah, yeah. I can't share it, but I have the 6 bags on screen. They're not. It's not super visible. How do I make it bigger?
Oh, you did it like this in a.
Yeah.
This is pretty funny. Sure.
Okay.
We're doing this in Jank Online Paint. Macs don't have normal paint, so I have to use this online thing. This is where I make all my thumbnails, by the way.
Okay, I'm super zoomed in so that I can see what's going on. I mean, I have all the images in a much better place. All right, let's
Well, then
talk
you
about
should
the
do
2015.
it.
No, because I can't host. All right, let's talk about the 2015 backpack first.
All right, 2015 is here. I should just pull up the document first. All right, 2015. I of course I think Alex, did you qualify 2015?
No, that was the first year that I like took competing seriously. I played like one tournament in 14, and then I played like multiple in 15. Did not qualify. I got top 8 at Nats, but was like just short of an invite, and because it was top 40 qualified back then.
Gotcha.
Oh.
So you also did not have the 2015 Worlds backpack. We are all looking at this for the first time. At least I am.
Yeah, pretty much. I actually, yeah, I don't think I've seen it, and so like the art's cute.
Not bad.
Yeah, it's fine. Honestly, I'm probably gonna end up ranking it low because I don't own it.
I think it's better than one other backpack that I'm seeing on stock.
Okay.
This is
Um,
like I don't know. It's got a weird design too. Like it's got the weird like it's not, it doesn't have a zipper. It has a flap, and it doesn't like, it looks like it fully closes. And so if it's like raining or something, you can't actually bring it outside. Is the vibe I'm getting?
No, I feel you. I feel
And
you.
we're
This one's
really
probably
grading the
great.
utility, huh?
I mean,
No, I think that the utility is important. This is
'cause
why I should have gotten
honestly,
actual boot for this episode for this
well,
idea.
Okay.
But I just wanted
these
to do it.
all have different designs. Like they genuinely like design a new backpack each time. It's very cool and it
Yeah,
is worth talking
it's
about.
why it's interesting. It's why it's interesting. That one's probably the most vanilla, and then this one's like a tube. Sorry, I'm talking. I'm talking to the stream, which is like delayed. So, um, okay. So I should mention the years. So like, yeah, the 2018 bag is like a tube. Like it just opens at the top, everything's up there, and then you like roll that down and flip it.
Oh, and then you have the okay, I see. You have the buckle
It
for
fits
it.
so much.
It does fit a lot.
You
So
can stuff a lot into it.
you've seen this bag, Kyle.
Yes, I actually have one because I got one off the prize wall at like some event once because like I won a mid-season and I was like, what can I get with this? And they're like, Worlds bag. And I was like, oh, cool. I couldn't qualify for this Worlds, but I can still have the bag.
It's a solid bag. I do think it's
Yeah.
like I used it for tournaments that year because it could hold my stuff.
It's
Wonder
very
where mine
functional. You
went.
can stuff so much, and that's your carry-on.
Yeah. Exactly.
It is a good bag.
Um,
All right, so
And
I
that-
guess you got to start ranking them, right? We got to put them in tiers. I think 2015, Abai brings up a good point. It also doesn't say where it's from. I think this is DC or Boston.
Boston, right?
This is Boston.
Austin.
So you could not tell that from the bag, and I guess it's just like vaguely revolutionary. Also, maybe just a pirate. It's just Team Aqua. Like, I don't know. Doesn't really fit with the theme either.
Colonizer.
I'm putting it. This is a C tier bag. I'm sorry. This is their first attempt. Good try. This is going to C tier for me.
I'm
Yeah.
okay with C.
I agree.
yeah, I don't remember if I can find the 2014 bag, but we're not going to add more into the mix now. I think that I agree with the placement.
All right, 2016. 2016 has a lot going on. It's a similar sort of flap vibe where you can't really bring it outside as effectively, but it does have a bigger pouch at the bottom that says San
I'm
Francisco.
sorry. Hold on. I did find the 2014 bag, and we are not going to include it because it's one of those. It's a drawstring bag, so like they didn't start going ham yet. This is literally just. It's just one of those. Like
It's fun, but
this isn't real.
What is this? Where 2014 was DC, Vancouver.
No, this one was DC.
This one's DC. This is not. It's just
DC round one.
generic Captain America. Like, why does it? I don't. No.
it's a
Okay.
wrestler?
Yeah, I think it's
Yeah,
like
so
it's a
we got-
wrestler. Okay, we're skipping that one. That one doesn't count.
Oh, that one. Yeah, it was like a superhero wrestler. So okay, so we placed 2015. Let's talk about 2016. I love single like diagonal strap bag, which is a little strange. And so like it was only going over one of your shoulders.
Oh.
But it was like honestly for me the cutest bag. I think comparing it to all the other ones, it was just like it's so cool looking. I mean like when this was my first Worlds that I qualified for, and I was so hyped when I got this thing. It's just like it's beautiful. It's also got an Oddish on there. Me and Gina love Oddish.
I like the art,
Raghav, you actually
but-
have this bag. What do you think?
I like the art, but I think it's kind of ugly, honestly. Like, it's something about like the way the pouch is like shaped, and like the art is cool, but it's like it's like hard. I don't know. It's like
Yeah.
it's a weird bag. But
Just say
I
you
do
hate it.
like
Just
the
say it.
art a lot. Like the art on it's a lot, but every other part I don't like.
Just say you
I think the art on it would be cool on a T-shirt. I think that
I think
it's
sick.
like it's just like it's too much going on for a backpack. You know, like I'm not a huge fan. I think that the design is like again a little impractical in terms of actually bringing it around. It looks like at least from this image that if you if you like stuff it, you're not going to actually see that it says World Championships, which is maybe a good thing and maybe a bad thing, depending on how nerdy you want people to think you are. Um, but
Huge fan of San Francisco then.
All right, fine. Just put it in B, and I'll just hit a live with it.
I was going to put it in
Dane
B.
likes it too.
If
Dane
he's
likes
fair.
it.
All
I
right,
gave it
what's
to my
next?
cousin. I think he likes it.
Oh, the 2016 Anaheim bag. Wait, no, 2017 Anaheim bag. This is like the most conventional bag. It's just like simple.
Wait, is this the... Yeah, this is the ugliest one by far to me.
Oh damn, the light blue.
Yeah, this is so gross.
Also, the logo is just like
Wait,
corny, you know?
pause. Raghav, is there a bag you like?
Yeah. I like
Okay.
I like the 18 one, and I think the... Well, we're getting there,
We'll get
man.
there. We'll get there.
Yeah, we'll get there. I feel like I've just only been hearing shit talk, so I just wanted to check in.
We're not starting very strong, okay?
All right. I mean, I do think this one, they just went with the most like vanilla design for a bag. Like this is just like a school backpack. It zips normally. It's got a diagonal zipper on the front, and then just it was functional for that reason. I also used it for events, and yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think it's decently cute, but apparently not. I don't know.
Dude, maybe it's the lighting and like the photography skills that I'm judging right now.
Yeah, maybe that's it. Kyle, do you have any thoughts on this bag?
I think it's clean. It's nice. I would put it maybe where we put the last one. Like it's cool. It's nothing crazy.
Yeah. All right, I'm down with that.
I agree.
I think it's
I honestly I
worst.
put it C. I think that it's a boring design, just fine. It's I think the logo is the boring design is like whatever. You can make that work. I think we have another one with the boring design that I'm going to rank higher. I think the logo is just corny. You know, it just I don't not like the World's 2017 design at all. And then it's just got a lot going on at the bottom and then nothing going on at top, which is like also kind of weird.
A little weird.
Yeah, like I just don't like the aesthetics of it, and it's also like not doing anything special. But it is like, I guess it is functional. I guess we can put it in B.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah.
I'll live with it.
I could also see C, but we can make a compromise and put it in B.
Okay.
Okay. Nashville, 2018. Got the Pikachu with the banjo. And yeah, we mentioned earlier this thing like holds a lot of stuff. It's like a tube, and it like rolls up at the top, and then like you put a clip over to attach to the other clip thing buckle.
Yep. That's
Yep.
it.
That's how it
I
works.
think this bag's pretty sick. I think at first I was like, what is this? But then I got used to it, and I think it's maybe a little too boring, but like at the same time I kind of like it. Like, I don't know. How do you feel about it? Is there enough going on?
No, I think it's good. I think it's good. And it like you said, it just fits a lot of stuff.
How do you?
I don't know what kind of virus bodies put in the Discord chat,
Well,
but
apparently I can't send images from my iPhone directly to Discord.
Oh yeah, the stupid HEIC, whatever.
It's okay. I'll find a way.
Okay.
I have a photo that I'm gonna pull up in a little bit. Keep talking about 2018.
Wait, we don't see the flap. Is there stuff on the flap or the of the?
I can grab an image. I won't be able to put it on the stream unless Audie pulls it up, but I think no, not really. I think this is what it looked like closed. We know I copied the link. I just want the image. I'll put that in the Discord here. But that's what this looks like closed.
Oh yeah, it's not really anything.
Yeah.
They just got the logo on the strap.
All right, but where is this one go higher, or is it?
Personally, I think you could put it at an A just because it's also really functional. But
True.
I
I
know
like A.
All right, we'll do A, and we'll keep it moving.
I
but-
agree. I think that it's a very functional backpack. I don't have one. I'm the only one here that doesn't have one, I think. But it does look clean. I like the logo a lot. I think the Pikachu is sick. It's just a really, really nice logo. And like you said, it fits a lot of stuff in it. This is definitely, honestly, this might be the best one. I think it's probably second best, but yeah, definitely A.
Definitely the best one so far.
So far, absolutely, no doubt, best one.
All right, 2019. Then we have the like camper style backpack. It's got like the buttons. Um, I think I was using this for a while because we obviously had the break and the extended season, um, and it had like a lot of room inside of it. It was like secure because of those like metal magnetic button things. And I like the patch things that go on it. Those were cool.
I think this is my favorite one. Um, I think
Okay.
maybe also because this is the best photo, but
So,
no, I just
so
really like the accents of the patches and like the way it closes is cool. I think maybe like the only criticism could be like maybe the material used, but like I think it's pretty good.
I just realized like all the other photos were like eBay photos and like they're gonna be shitty, but I realized this one is that like Goku in the background? If you look like on the
yeah.
stand there,
True.
I think it's
Uh,
Goku.
so this bag, I left it at home, at my parents' house. I didn't bring it with me to Austin, and apparently my dad found it and really liked it, and now he's just using it. And so he brings it with him everywhere. And so I have a
What a
photo
photo
up on
on
stream.
top.
I have a photo up on stream with my dad with using this bag at the airport. And like it's just a really really nice. It's a little small, I will say that. That's the one downside. But other than that, I think it is really phenomenal. It's a cool design. Like this is a very unique design for a bag, but it's also very functional. It closes all the way, so you can bring it outside. It's got multiple pouches. Like it's got a laptop section, I believe, if you open it up, which is also really nice. So yeah, this is definitely the best bag in my opinion.
I like this one. I think um I'm willing to put it up there in S, but maybe it's not my favorite bag. I think maybe the X one's the one I'm at the highest. So
Really? Okay. This one's the S tier for me.
Same,
let's put it
same.
up there. At the end of the day, you're the one with the
I have
control
color.
of
You can't say
the thing.
anything.
So, yes, you're the one in control. Lastly, we have most recent worlds in London, and I like all of the like poster art that they plastered all over the bag, just because like I don't know, I thought it was visually interesting. This bag's also just like very functional. I feel like we've been
I
saying that a lot
agree.
about the more recent ones. The 2016 bag was not very functional. I don't know much about the 2015 one, but it also looks a little weird. But the 2022 one, very functional. And yeah, I just thought it was like cool and simple. It tells you right on the face of it like where this bag is from. Like it's London, and uh, yeah, I thought it was. I was happy to have this bag for this year.
Yeah,
Um,
it's solid.
it is. Yeah, no, it's a very functional bag. Like I said, I'm not gonna knock it too much for not being like unorthodox when unorthodox can go either way. This is my one of my two day-to-day bags. I don't bring it to regionals because I always feel bad about bringing a Pokemon bag to regionals in case other people have the same bag, and then I lose it. That's really bad.
That's smart.
So, um, but actually, this is my work bag. I bring this to work all the time, every day, and so it's just very convenient. And yeah, I think the design is really cool. You said it doesn't look like a Pokemon bag. I think it does look like a Pokemon bag. Um, it's you could like anyone who knows Pokemon will see the Pikachu and recognize it. But I think the posters are really cool, and the like graphic like comic book style stuff that you see on the side, like it's a lot to look at. But unlike some of the other bags that have a lot to look at, you it doesn't feel overwhelming. It isn't like an eyesore. It's like, oh, if I'm sitting next to this bag and just like am bored, I can like look over it and it'll capture my attention for 5-10 minutes. But also it's not like standing out so much. And so they did a really really good job with the stuff at the bottom, like the graphic stuff.
No, I agree. I definitely could stare at this bag for 5 to 10 minutes just at a time.
So it does say
No,
Worlds on
the
it.
little
It just says Worlds at the very
yeah,
bottom.
no,
So that is maybe one thing that it doesn't like really. It
it's a
doesn't.
bit
Well,
more.
maybe a good thing, maybe a bad thing. It doesn't tell it's a world that you are a huge nerd, just that you like Pokemon, which you could take either way.
Yeah, yeah.
It doesn't tell
Where
people
we
that
put
you're a
one
gamer.
to finish it off.
I would put this in A personally. I think this is the second best bag. but also I don't have the Nashville bag.
I say A.
Yeah, I
Let's
think
do
it's
it
a
then.
high A.
All right, put it above the other one.
Yeah.
Make Adi do the work. It might. I don't know.
All right, we're saving
All
it.
right.
We're shipping it. We're putting it on Twitter.
Oh my god, it's the best looking tier list I've ever seen. Yeah, awesome. Great job, Adi. We're all so proud. All right, do we? I know I dropped this stupid impromptu bag thing on us. Do we still want to do the calc, or are we not? We're skipping that and just wrapping out.
Kyle said he was really excited about the calculus right, and I don't want to let him down.
Then we're doing it. I have my calc. Kyle has calc.
I do have a calc.
All right, Raghav, do you have a calc? Adi, do you have a calc?
Oh, I don't know.
Okay,
I'll-
I had a calc, and then Raghav posted it in the chat. So now I gotta
Oh,
think
sorry.
about it.
Yeah, I did see that.
Sorry.
Feeling inspired for the episode. All right, I'm gonna go. I'll plug mine in so we can get the spoiler-free version. But let's. I saw Kyle. You were typing. Do you have the spoiler-free version of yours handy, or do you want to just tell us it?
Yeah, I have the spoiler-free one.
All right, go ahead and drop that in there, and then Adi
Nice.
can go ahead and throw it up there. Or you can post it in Twitter. I'll just grab
What
it.
the hell?
Wait, this is actually. It's even boosted.
Yeah, it's booster energy. I mean, it could be electric terrain, but it's booster energy, let's say, because that's funnier.
All right, and Slowking Galar is a poison psychic type, right?
You don't get to know that.
No, you don't get to know.
Come on, oh, wait, no, he might get to know because I think the game tells you what type Pokemon are now.
Okay, no. We went through a
Yeah.
Slowking Galar phase at the beginning of Series 5 because I had Quick Draw, and that ability is cool. Because you can stack it with Quick Law, and you have like a 50-50 shot at going first.
Oh, which one is it? But this is Slow King.
Oh, was that Slow Bro?
That's not. Yeah. I was like, you're confusing me.
Oh.
Yeah, there's two of them, and you don't know which. Like, they both have different stats.
No.
Like,
I
one
know.
has-
I know which one has a high SPDF and which one has a high defense.
Oh, okay.
I'm not going to spoil it for everyone, but I do know which one's which.
Okay.
It's part of the test.
This is the one that gets chilly reception, right?
Correct.
I think I got my number.
All right. Wait. Oh, that's the wrong one. There. Sorry, I'm just also setting up my calc, but I got to think about this one. This one is so funny. I have my number.
All right, I got something.
All right. Did everybody lock in?
Yep.
All right. So Kyle, pick somebody to start first.
All right, Adi, what do you got?
I think it's doing 35.
Okay. What do you have, Raghav?
I was thinking like 32.
Okay.
I'm conf-
Alex?
I'm confused. Like everyone's picking such high numbers. I thought it was like 16.
All right.
Okay. So now that we've all put our guesses in, doesn't it quadruple resist this?
Yes.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah. No, I think it's gonna take like 16. I don't know.
All right.
All right,
I'm looking at it, and it looks like it's doing, if I got this right, 22 to 27. Did I do that right?
We all
Yes, that's what I got initially.
did.
So
We all
you're-
miss.
You all missed.
I
Oh
was
my
close
God.
though.
Man,
Damn it.
If
I
I
was
was-
gonna say 23, but then Adi went so high, I got scared.
dude, if I had to close combat Slow King Galar, I would lose the game.
I would
I
also
was-
lose the game. No, you would
Because
win
I
the
was-
game because you know how that you're doing too little.
I guess maybe. Yeah. Low calcs are very fun. No, low calcs are very fun. Okay. I'll go ahead and do mine because I mentioned it earlier in the call. Let me just go ahead and post it here. Let's make sure I don't delete answer. Okay, so we saw the Wo Chien Arcanine Hisui team, and I I was like, okay, well, let's put the Wo-Chien next to the Arcanine Hisui and see if we can handle a Surging Strikes. And so there's no extra anything on this Urshifu. It doesn't have Mystic Water, not Adamant, not Terra.
Mm-hmm.
Arcanine has its friendly snail next to it. Wo-Chien, trying to give it the Tablets of Ruin to support it. And there we have it.
Okay. I have
Alright.
my number.
I got a number.
Me too. I'm good.
All right, let's see the experts at work then. Kyle, what do you got?
Give me 109.
Okay. All right, Adi.
I'm going 140.
All right, Raghav.
I'm gonna go like 187.
Oh my god.
Kyle scared me when he went so low.
Dude, it's so. There's no way.
Okay, like it does like it does like
It's
100 to
totally-
normal Arcanine, right?
Dude, what am I even saying?
I'll be honest. Like I want to see how well the other boys do, but Kyle, yeah, you are pretty off.
Oh, my reference in my head was citrus bear. Like, I was thinking about citrus in my head a little bit, but obviously that was not listed.
I'm
I
getting.
should have put it.
You said
I should have put it.
4 defense. Yeah, it does 178 to 213.
I was right.
So yeah, I think Adi, you think you were just short?
I said like 140. I was off.
You were not in there, but Raghav, when I heard his number, I was like, he did it. He's got it.
So my back of the envelope math was like, actually no, this was all wrong because I was like, I know that Urshifu Oko's normal Arcanine. I don't know if this is bulkier than normal Arcanine or not, but I figured 100 110 times 0.75 times 2 is roughly 140 150. Clearly I was a little off.
Is this what Arcanine's like defensive stats normally look like? This mon doesn't actually seem that bulky, but it's like solid. So silly.
It's got
That's what Intimidate does.
Yep.
and resisting.
Intimidate. I was gonna say 5 types or something like that.
Well, also just resisting the single best special attacker in the game, the 2 best special attackers in the game. Not Hisui and Arcanine. Hisui and Arcanine does not resist Goldengo.
Yeah, no, it looks like it's gonna be a roll to live if it Dynamaxes. So don't count on it.
It's okay. You can EV to live it if you Dynamax and you put the Wocha next to it.
Let's throw it over to Adi. Do you have a calc, or Raghav? Do you have one?
Yeah. Why don't we
all right,
do? Can I say it?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can just say it. Yeah.
Okay. Terra Fairy, Terra Blast, Dragapult
Oh shit.
into Iron Hands. With like, I don't know how much bulk should we put on it.
4/4. It's probably fine.
Okay.
Right? Like I don't know
No
how much
bulk?
HP they run.
Min bulk, sure.
And
Put
no sort of
170.
ruin, right?
Do we have Sword
100
of Ruin?
HP. 76. No Sword of Ruin. No Sword of Ruin.
No Sword of Ruin. Terra Fairy, Terra Blast into 4/4 Iron Hand.
Is it Choice Band Dragapult?
Yes.
Adamant or Jolly?
Yeah. Jolly.
Golly. All right, I got my number.
And there's no Chen Pao in the field.
No
No.
10 Pal.
Okay.
No Sword of Ruin.
No, I'm gonna stick with that number. I'm good. I'm locked in.
All right. I got a number.
Any?
I'm ready to.
All right, Alex, hit me.
66.
What?
Hey! Don't give away anything with your reactions. Also, you probably haven't looked it up.
I have not looked up the calc. Just
But yeah,
feels
don't give
wrong.
anything away. All right, call somebody else.
Go Adi.
I think it's doing 90.
Okay, and Kyle.
I was gonna say 88.
88. All right.
Pull it up.
All right. We got Choice Band Dragapult, Jolly, Terra Fairy, Terra Blast, next into a Iron Iron Hands, that is just 4/4. That's what we said. It is doing 79 to 94%.
No,
Nice. Both made it.
they both get in there. They both.
It's a one shot with zero ruin, right? Or is it like a roll? No,
Yeah.
it's
like
Yeah, it's a one shot.
without bulk, right?
This is like very little bulk, but it also one shots reasonably comfortably, and they have to probably put a decent amount of HP to make it a roll.
Gotcha.
Like it's a pretty favorable roll, unless they're like even if they're max HP, it's a 50-50 roll.
All right, Adi, why don't you finish us off here?
All right. So we got we talking about Hisui and Arcanine, but we weren't talking about my favorite set for Hisui and Arcanine. We got the Choice Band, we got Adamant, we got Rockhead, and we got Head Smash on the guy. Except
How does Rocket factor in?
what?
I said, how does Rocket factor in?
Oh, it just doesn't take any recoil. How much? Actually, the question is going to be how much recoil does Arcanine?
No,
How much?
I can't do that.
How much?
Okay, so hold on. But here's the quick hint. We're not actually. I don't think Adi's actually doing that. But pop quiz for the call. How much recoil does Head Smash cause?
I know the answer. We were talking about this earlier.
Probably like anywhere between 0 and like 50.
What percentage?
No. What percentage? So like all recoil moves do a percentage of the damage that you deal.
Oh,
Except for struggle.
So do you know what Flare Blitz is? The most common one.
yeah.
What is the percentage?
I don't remember. I'll be honest.
Dude, I
Yeah.
know this from 15. The Scarf Aegislash, Rockhead, or the Head Smash for Charizard.
Oh wait, really? Okay. So wait, do you know both of these answers then? Just fine. Why don't you go ahead and enlighten us then, Kyle?
It is 50%, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
for Rocket, yes.
Oh,
And then
okay.
No, not for Rockhead. For Head Smash.
No,
Oh,
yeah,
for Rock-
Head
not for
Smash.
Rockhead, I meant Head
Rockhead
Smash.
accept it, right? Yeah.
I'm mixing my words up.
Flip
Anyway, Adi,
order,
your call.
right?
Yeah. Okay. So we got the Rockhead, Adamant, not all the players, but just max attack, Head Smash, Adamant, into 252 HP, 4 defense, Heatran.
We're Head Smashing the Heatran. I like it. Also, Raghav, you said a quarter for Flare Blitz? No, it's a third.
Is a third.
Oh man, I don't know.
Sorry,
anything
did
anymore.
you have an Arcanine on the team that you got second at NAIC with?
Dude, I've used Arcanine so much. Like, I play with Vibe,
What?
bro.
Did you also have an Iron Hand?
Yeah.
How much
much
does
is
Wild
Wild
Charge?
Charge?
Is it the same? No, it's gotta be less.
It's a fraction. I'll give you that. Which fraction is it?
That one's 1/4.
It is.
Yeah.
Let's go.
I looked it up.
Oh,
I
good.
can't even lie.
Oh my god.
I forget. Oh, we had Paul on a few weeks ago, and we were just some other mechanic that he was like, yeah, I just go by vibes, and he was like, I think speed multipliers. I was like, how? I was screwed.
So silly. Just a general approximation in your head. That's what we're doing here. That's what this is. This is just vibes, man. All right, let's
Yeah,
go
this
ahead.
is literally what I do in tournament.
Yeah, just like I don't know how you get there, but you just think about it. Just like compare it to some other bullshit calc that you know, and you're like, probably doesn't
Okay,
work.
that's fair. For speed tiers, I was running like Dragon Dance, Max Airstream, Dragapult for a lot of Sword and Shield, and that stuff you had to know because the interactions like
Do not, Adi. You have to warn people before you say max air.
the difference. Okay, you should know this. This is a thing you should know. The difference between +1 and +0 is different than +2 and +1. So if both of you go up a speed tier, you might not continue to outspeed them. That is different. Same with +2 to +3. And when you were using Dragapult specifically, or actually any speed boost, any like any Dynamax Airstream mod, you have to know like at what point did my opponent start outspeeding me if they were also clicking Max Airstream at what point behind. That was like a real interaction that you had to know, and I was always shocked that like players who did super well. I guess Paul did not use Max Airstream very much. He was a trickery player, but
And Thunderwave just a one whatever your speed. Like, come on, we're talking about the past here. Don't bring up
sorry.
Dynamax.
Okay. You guys got answers for the Heatran question.
Yeah,
yeah.
sure. I'm
One more
ready.
time.
Yeah. So it was it there a Terra? No.
No Terra. It was 252 attack, Adamant, Choice Band, Hisui, and Arcanine, using Head Smash into 252 HP, 4 defense Heatran.
Okay. I'm ready.
Same.
Okay, I got it.
Cool. I have not looked this up, by the way. Alex, what you got?
I'll go 95. Maybe it lives sometimes.
Raghav
89.
and Kyle.
I'll go 85.
Oh, it's always living, huh?
We are confident. Heatwing Arcanine into, we said Heatran, which is 252 HP, 4 defense, and I am seeing Head Smash is doing. Only one of you got it right. It's doing 92 to 109.
No.
Oh, I'm in there? I'm all right, finally.
You said 95, right?
Yeah.
No, you were totally right. It lives some of the
I
time.
was so close.
Dang. Okay. Yeah. No, this mod definitely does some damage. Of course, this is running all of the investment, so. But that's a high base power move. That's a really high base power move.
The base 150 power move. It's got stab. This dude actually like shits out damage. It's kind of crazy.
It definitely seems funny. A Pokemon that I would probably spend more time exploring if I knew the next tournament I could use it at. But I think
Just like Clodsire.
spoilers. I don't know. Yeah. Clodsire is also up there. Yeah, things that. Oh wait, no, there's a third one. It was snow. Yeah, I've confirmed 3 things that I don't think I'm bringing to Worlds, guys. So write these down. Alex probably not bringing snow, Clodsire, and the Rock Dog.
Right. You're bringing Rinya's Underworlds, right?
Which means, of course, I'm bringing all 3 on the same team. But I'm just trying to throw you guys off.
I will say Alex is doing the thing that he did before Indy that we talked about in our documentary about Calyrex as Palkia, where he has the most standard boring team as the Rinya line and has been eliminating teams ever since. And the Rinya son of this format keeps creeping up. I won't spoil what that is in case he runs it, but it just keeps creeping up closer and closer. And all 3 of those teams, 2 of those teams, Clodsire was not on the list, were on that short list and have now been eliminated. So.
Wait, was Clodsire not on Rinya?
Next year, Clodsire is going to be the Zacian counter now. We didn't have it back then.
That's true. It actually was so good at that.
It's the perfect Zacian counter. It hits it super effectively with the ground, and it resists Fairy. That's all they need to do to beat Zacian.
That's all
right?
you need.
That's all you need. It's got a base 60 defense. Don't worry about it. But surely poison resists steel. Surely. All right. We dragged this on long enough. I think we're going to start wrapping it up now. Kyle, Raghav, thank you both for coming on. Really appreciate it. This was a lot of fun. Did y'all have any final words you wanted to give?
I was just wondering, like, what I should eat for dinner.
Chat, what do you
Any
think Raghav should eat for dinner?
People?
I'm vegetarian.
He is veggie. So I'm gonna say pizza because I had pizza.
Okay. Kyle, you have your calc ready? I mean, your suggestion ready?
My what ready? I didn't even get that.
What am I eating for dinner?
Oh, what are you eating for dinner? Oh, coffee.
Oh shit! So, okay.
I
Better
think
than my pack.
you know last time I gave you this, I told you what I was eating for dinner, and you were like, "This is really good," so I got to recommend it. You got a toasted bagel, and you got to spread an avocado on it. You can maybe put some other stuff on it, but that's really the base, and you can put whatever you want from there. But it's really good.
Okay, so since you can put anything on it, that goes hand in hand with my idea, which was dog.
Oh my god! Speaking of which, I gotta go feed my dog.
Yeah, I know you're taking care of your dog right now, so.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, that's going to wrap it up from us. Thank you all for watching. Again, I should shout out, you can watch this on YouTube if you missed the first part of it. That you can go to !YT in the chat, and you can find my YouTube channel. Be out on Wednesday. Yeah. Thank y'all. And till next time, we'll see you later.